What's up guys, it's Adam FPL and welcome back to another video here on my channel. It's officially the last game week of this crazy FPL season and game week 38 is almost upon us. It's a cool game week because all of the fixtures are going to be played at the same time on Sunday at 11 o'clock my time, and it's a very exciting game week. It's obviously been a crazy season with all the postponements and COVID-19 being a factor in a lot of the games, but yeah, I'm going to be making a video since it's the last game week of the season, and I'd like to apologize that I haven't been consistently uploading lately, but I've been very busy with my personal life things, and hopefully I can continue making videos as much as I can next season, and I'm very excited to make this one. And yeah, so let's get into my points for game week 38 or 37. But before we do that, real quick, drop a like on the video and drop a subscription if you enjoy the content and you enjoy this kind of video and this kind of style. So yeah, let's get into the points for game week 37. Game week 37, I got 44 points. It was a pretty poor game week, as you can see. Game week rank of 4.2 million, which is not good at all. I dropped just outside of the top 50k. At this point, I'm just hoping to finish in the top 50k this season, as that'll be a decent rank. Not the best, but I'll take it as my second season of playing. And I can say that this season, a fairly good amount of things went well, but I also recovered pretty well from a slow start, so that kind of is something that makes me happy and something good that I accomplished, getting to inside the top 100k and hopefully the top 50k by the end of this game week. So yeah, if you look at the team, the average is 43. I got just above the average of 44, but the top 10k average is around 49 points, so I didn't perform too well, and I got a red arrow of about 7k. But yeah, in the defense, it was Trent and Dallas that got me the points. Mendy and Shaw got 1-pointers. Salah captain did not work. He got 3 points, but Kane only got 2, so it was nice that I backed Salah, who got 2 more points, but neither of the best two options, or most popular options, did well at all. Son and Greenwood got 2 points. I was kind of particularly surprised with Greenwood, as I expected him to do well in that Fulham game. When I saw him start, I was really licking my chops, but it just didn't fall for them, and Man United tied them. Lingard and Rafinha got 3 points. Leeds did alright against, who did they play again? Let's see. Yeah, they played Southampton. Rafinha was fairly unlucky not to get any returns. I think he got an assist to Bamford those goal that was ruled offside. And yeah, Lingard and Antonio was kind of saved my game week, getting that goal, goal and assist for each other at the end of the game in extra time against West Brom. And yeah, Kane with 2 points and the bench with nothing pretty much. So I played the right players essentially. So yeah, kind of a bland game week. Nothing really went too well, but yeah, that's kind of how things are. No hit at least, which is always nice. Now, if we go to game week 38, this is how the team's lining up at the moment. So we have Mendy in goal against Villa. I think that Chelsea for Chelsea this is a must-win game to maintain top 4 to qualify for Champions League, and I think that this is going to be a very interesting game to see how it goes, as I know Villa want to win as well, kind of get their confidence up, and Grealish is back, which also helps them. But hopefully for my Chelsea boys, we pull out a win and Mendy gets a clean sheet. Then Alexander-Arnold and against Crystal Palace, a great fixture as well for Salah. Liverpool boys are going to be pushing for top 4 as well, and I expect them to go wild against Crystal Palace. Even though you never really know what Crystal Palace are going to do, they're kind of an unpredictable team. They're still a bad team on paper, and even though I think that if Benteke plays, they may score, I think that Salah and Trent are still great options for attacking returns and for clean sheet possibilities. I'm playing holding currently against Brighton. I think that Brighton without Maupay and Welbeck are hindered offensively a lot without their 2 best strikers, and I think that Arsenal are actually great defense at home, looking at the statistics. So this is a good fixture for holding, and he's a lower owned player, so a bit of a differential for me. Now the Leeds boys, I have Dallas and Rafinha against West Brom. So this is the game with fans at Elland Road. The first time Leeds have been in the Prem since 16 years, and I expect Leeds to do really well here. With the fans at their backs, Bielsa is not going to let Leeds kind of take a day off. They're going to be running as hard as they did in the first game week of the season, and I think that Leeds should run wild against West Brom. I'm considering getting another Leeds player with my transfer, but we'll get onto that later. Then we have the Tottenham boys currently against Leicester, Kane and Son. Now this is a huge game as well, with Leicester kind of going for top 4 as well. Essentially, that's the 4th place spot comes down to 2 of the 3 teams. So Manchester United and Manchester City already qualified, and the 2 other spots left, 3 and 4, are basically going to go to 2 of the teams of Leicester, Chelsea, and Liverpool. So one team will be left out and fighting for, and will be in the Europa League. So yeah, Leicester and Spurs have another very important game, kind of a must-win for Leicester. Now, the West Ham boys, Lingard and Antonio against Southampton, another great fixture. Southampton are not that good at home, and I think that these guys, West Ham, are pushing for a Europa League spot. They'll still be motivated, especially Antonio, who wants to be scoring the goals, as he said in his interview. And yeah, I'm happy to have those guys. Greenwood against Wolves. I don't know if he'll play yet, but I think he'll come on definitely if he doesn't. And I think Wolves are a good, bad enough team where he can still do some damage. The bench currently I have Shaw against Wolves because I don't think he'll play, and I think he has a good chance of coming on. So even though Wolves is a good fixture on paper, with Man United tendency to concede these sloppy goals lately, they've been conceding 1 goals, and they're kind of on the beach because they're only worried about the Europa League final. So the Premier League games aren't much of significance to them with second place locked up. And yeah, Vidra against Sheffield. While this is a great fixture for Vidra, I don't know if Vidra will start. And also, Burnley just don't have that high upside that some of my other players in the starting 11 have. But I'm happy to have him as a bench player, as he'll likely come on. And if he does start, then so be it. Forster against West Ham. I think I have 2 West Ham players, and I expect them to do well against Southampton. So I'm definitely going to play Mendy over Forster. And Veltman looks to be injured. So let's go to my transfers for game week 38. I'm kind of leaning towards not taking a hit this week because I'm just kind of done with hits. I don't really see the upside in taking one. I kind of want to finish firmly in the top 50k, maybe get to the lower 40k echelon, and I'm hopefully can do that with some differential kind of picks, and that's kind of what I'm looking at. So there's 3 kind of scenarios that I've kind of pictured. So first, I'm looking at taking out Son for Sadio Mane. And while a lot of people, it looks like on Twitter, are going to be getting in Sadio Mane, Twitter is only a few thousand people out of the millions of FPL managers, and Mane will still be low owned, as you can see, under 7% owned, only 6.8. And maybe I go really maverick and captain, but we'll talk about captaincy a bit later. But yeah, Mane has been kind of doing well recently. He's still not on Salah's level, but he's been getting the points. He'll definitely be playing as Jota's still injured. He wasn't seen in any training pictures today posted by Liverpool. And yeah, I think Mane is a good differential. You can triple up on that Liverpool fixture against Palace now that Jota's out. And I think that he just offers a higher upside than Son against Leicester. I think that Son's kind of been mentally kind of done with the season, and he knows that Kane would like to leave, and he just kind of looks like he hasn't been himself kind of running with as much effort as he has previously this season. And it is a tough fixture with Leicester still. I think that Rodgers will want to keep it tight and kind of hope that Aston Villa and Crystal Palace do a favor for them against respectively Chelsea and Liverpool. So yeah, Son to Mane is a move that I really like. This would also be for free, which is nice, and it gives me a strong midfield. And yeah, this could be a punt of mine for the last game week of the season. Another option I do like as well is moving out Luke Shaw for Andy Robertson. So doubling up on that Liverpool defense against Crystal Palace. Now, the reason I would go for Andy Robertson, not Nat Phillips, is because of the attacking potential as well as the clean sheet potential. So Robertson and Trent, I noticed, are kind of having like a little assist competition. I noticed that after the game, the Burnley game, when Robertson got an assist, he kind of like mouthed to Trent and winked at him like, I got another assist or something like that. So it kind of shows that they're competing and they're on the same number of assists this season. So maybe there'll be more inclination to kind of get that game-breaking assist. And yeah, so that's kind of just some inter-team competition there. But I just think that Robertson has looked better in recent game weeks, and he's also pretty low owned. And if I can kind of get the clean sheet points from 2 Liverpool defenders, that's a good differential in and of itself. Another transfer I'm thinking of, and this would be for Vidra, would be Vidra to Bamford. So obviously I'm not really inclined to play Vidra right now, as like I mentioned before, I don't know if he's going to start, and Burnley don't have that good of an upside. And I think that Sheffield at home with the fans is actually a tougher fixture than people make it out to be. I think that Sheffield's fans have a big part to play in how well Sheffield play. They give them energy, and they're one of those teams. But yeah, so Vidra to Bamford would be the other move that I would do. This would be the third scenario. This would give me Bamford against West Brom. This would give me triple Leeds, and I'm really thinking that this game will go Leeds' way. Probably will score a few goals, and I think Bamford will be involved. He's on penalties. The only main worry with Bamford is that sometimes he tends to kind of float around and not be involved in a lot of the Leeds attacks. And of course, there's also the expected minutes issue, where I think that Bielsa will want to give minutes to the likes of Hernandez, Rodrigo, etc., and take Bamford off. But then again, Bamford can score in less than 60 minutes. He can get his goals early in the games. That's never been a problem for him this season. But yeah, those are just kind of some of the contingencies with Bamford. But I really like this move, and I'd probably bench Greenwood if I find out any team leaks or the leaks that he's benched, and that would kind of be that. So currently right now, I'm kind of leaning towards most likely the Son to Mane move, because I'm worried about Bamford's kind of minutes, like I just said. And if Benteke is playing against Liverpool, I think that with Zaha and Benteke, I think that Crystal Palace could possibly nick a goal there, which would negate the clean sheet points. So yeah, and Son to Mane just kind of screams upside. I know on FPL review, all these moves kind of have similar expected points, so it's going to come down to the wire with the decision. But if I could advise any of you guys when to make your transfers, it'd be at the last minute. And so you guys could find out any early team news, since all the games are at the same time. This will give you better insight to which players are starting and which are not. So yeah, that's kind of my transfer thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about which move I should do. And yeah, if we go back to my team real quick, I'm going to briefly talk about captaincy before I end the video. And if I look at captaincy, obviously Salah is a standout captain. Mane, if you have him, is a great differential alternative. And this is like the plum fixture. He's on penalties. Salah and Mane both have good records against Palace. It's at home in front of the fans at Anfield. So yeah, you could even go Trent as a differential. I also like the Leeds guys against West Brom. I think that the fans at Elland Road, Leeds will be kind of running their there will be very good effort there, like in the game week 1. And I think that Leeds will do well against West Brom. Probably put like two or three past them at least, and these guys should be in the mix. You could also go Antonio as a differential captain, and maybe even Kane. He's got a great record against Leicester, and he's going for the Golden Boot, as is Salah. So yeah, that's kind of my take on captaincy. That's pretty much going to wrap up the video. If you guys made it this far and you guys enjoy the content, drop a like, drop a subscription. I'm almost at 100 subscribers, and I'd like to thank you guys all for the support this season. This is my first year creating content, and hopefully I can create many more videos next season if the time allows. And yeah, it's very exciting to do this. I love doing this for you guys. I'm going to answer all your questions and comments in the comment section below, of course, as usual, about your teams, about your transfers, etc. So yeah, it's Adam FPL. I'll see you guys on the other side of the game week, other side of the season actually, and then in the next video. Cheers.